All right, William, right? William?
Yes, sir.
All right, this is William. It's his first day at Tree Life. And this is his first time in a Tesla Cybertruck. We are tinting the windows today in the Cybertruck, so hopefully they'll be nice and orange when we're done and tinted nicely so it's not so hot. Met at Chamber of Commerce. His dad is a member of the chamber, and he just got out of lineman's school, finished that up, so he's going to be climbing poles, I guess, right?
Yeah, I'll be doing that as soon as they hire me, but in the meantime,
He's going to be messing around with us for a little while until he get his job with the pole climbing spikes. Let's see. Guess we'll take Doctor's leg. I need to get a. Oh man. Turns pretty sharp too.
yeah, I've seen those.
Oh, there's an electric Mustang. Mach-E.
Seen that video of it pulling a Porsche or beating a Porsche, the Cybertruck video.
Yeah,
I guess
that's
it
pretty
makes sense that it accelerates fast.
cool. Yeah, it's like 0 to 60 is like real fast. Especially if you have on sport mode. This is the dual motor. They have a tri-motor that's even faster. But this has more range though, so I get like almost like 340 miles, where the tri-motor I don't think it gets even 300.
How long does an electric vehicle take to like recharge after it's been drained?
If you're just charging at home, you can use like a dryer outlet, and it takes overnight. But I have a Tesla wall charger,
Yeah.
so it charges like twice as fast. So it charges, instead of like 20 mile an hour, it charges almost at 40 mile an hour. So it doesn't take long to top up. But all you do is like you just go in and plug in, you plug your phone in, you plug your car in, you know. And nobody drives like 300 miles a day, so it's like you really don't have to plug in every night if you don't want to. And then you can set it, like my mom's got it set up to where I can just charge off solar. So like if there's
While you're driving around, it charges on solar?
no, like when you plug in, like if she has battery packs, and so like if she doesn't use the power, it charges her battery packs. And then when you go plug in, it'll only use solar or battery pack storage, which is stored solar, instead of using the grid. And then this also, if you have it plugged in, basically it can back charge the house. So you can actually run your house for a couple days off the truck. So it goes goes both ways. It's like a generator.
Yeah.
And then I have a plug, a 220 plug. With this truck, I can actually charge a car. Like if my mom gets stranded somewhere, I can charge her wherever she's at. So like there's no, like all these people are like, well, what are you gonna do if you run out of electric? I'm like, well, the same people that run out of gas would probably run out of electric. It's like
Just be smart and not take it into an area that you
just basically. And then also too, I'm an electrician, so I just carry an extension cord with me. I mean, if I'm desperate, I can walk up to any house and say, hey, mind if I plug in? Or I can go up to a power pole and rip it apart and charge my own car. I mean, there's a lot more places that have electric than gas. I mean, there's not gas pumps everywhere, but there's electrical on every. I mean, look at it. Like there's power right there. I mean, there's street lights. There's, I've found outlets at convenience stores. I mean, if you get desperate, you can always plug in, or you can, now they have these little battery packs they carry, and they can actually charge you wherever you're at. They just set them on the ground and plug it in and charge, get enough juice to get somewhere where you can get to a supercharger. But if you're driving like long distance, they actually have all these superchargers and different networks every 100 miles or less. So like if I'm driving to Ohio, I just punch in navigate to Mansfield, Ohio.
It'll follow a route with all those different chargers.
Yeah, it'll just plans your route, tells you where all the chargers are, how long you have to stop at each one. It even keeps track of how many people are going to that charger. So it'll be like 3 chargers are being used, 2 cars are on the way to the charger. You know, basically, there's a couple that are getting ready to leave. So I mean, it basically tells you, you know, how long you'll be there, and then you can just charge a little bit just to get to the next charger. You don't have to charge all the way up.
Yeah.
You know, I just charge up to where you have like maybe a 40 or 50 mile buffer in case there's a detour or something. But that's just the Tesla network. There's like 2 or 3 or 4 other networks that you can use too.
I assume, you know, the price of, you know, recharging is a lot less than, you know, gas right now.
Yeah, because I can charge, even the most expensive way to charge is supercharging. And the most I ever paid was like $25 to fill it up, top it off. And if you charge at home, I mean, it's like maybe $10. And then if you have solar, or if you charge like off peak, I mean, it's like nothing. Like my little Nissan Leaf I have, the most I've ever put in it is like $1.50, and it goes 100 miles. Like you can go 100 miles for $1.50. So, and then you don't have all the maintenance costs. Like this doesn't have a transmission. It's got a 1-speed gearbox, so there's no transmission problems. Like if you look, see that black line? That's power going out, and then if I let off the accelerator, the green is actually power going back in the battery. So, you know, you never see. I don't even hit my brakes. I just let off the accelerator and we stop. So mechanically, you're not even.
Wait, you don't have to brake most of the time? Is that
like 99? The only time I brake is like if someone pulls out in front of me, or if like I have to stop suddenly, like a dog or something runs out. But I never even touch that brake pedal. Like 99% of the time, I never touch the brake pedal. So basically, what that means is you're never using your mechanical brakes hardly at all. So you're, instead of like having to have a brake job every couple of years, like you'll be lucky to have a brake job like every 200,000 or 300,000 miles. So most people don't even drive that far, like in their whole time they have the car. You know. So yeah, if you only drive like 100 or 200,000 miles, you probably might not even have to have a brake job.
But so it's like the car's like built-in braking effect.
Yeah, the motors, just like a drill, like an electric drill, every time you let off the trigger, that the resistance from the motor slows the drill and stops the drill. It's the same on an electric car. The 2 motors basically cause resistance, and when you have like this truck weighs 6,600 pounds, so when the car, that inertia, the car is 6,600 pounds, it's moving. So when you disengage the accelerator pedal, basically all that inertia has to stop. Those motors are basically resisting and causing it to stop, which is creating electricity. So it's like an alternator. Okay. So that energy has to go somewhere. Why not put it back in the battery? So you actually get a little bit back every time you slow down. I mean, you don't get the full amount back, but you get, I mean, there's quite a bit of energy back. And it doesn't heat up your brake pads.
That's what I was wondering if it was like the engine like itself was doing that, or if like it was just like something Tesla added. There was like its own braking effect.
No, it's basically they're just using that motor. They didn't add anything to it. They said, well,
that's just the basic function of how the electric motor works.
Exactly. Yeah, if it's not pushing itself, it's stopping itself.
Yeah.
So.
But it won't carry like the inertia previously spinning to keep it going for a little bit, or
you can set it up to where like you don't want regenerative braking, and you can just make it coast, or you can set it up for real aggressive. Say you're racing and you want super aggressive, or you're pulling something real heavy, you set it up for super aggressive braking, and it'll actually slow you down really fast. And then on any, like a lot of the newer cars, you can set it to coast, so when you let off, it'll just coast.
And so that's just gonna be that would just be like slowly going down, kind of like how a gas car would if you just let off the gas.
Right. They're all like, the newer cars have all these like settings, so you can set it to your preference. So, but it just depends. I kind of like the real aggressive braking, especially when I'm pulling a trailer. because that way I don't have to use the brakes. I can just let off and let the motors slow me down.
Yeah.
Which you know, basically it's a lot better on the trailer brakes than the car brakes too.
How much of a range decrease does it have when it's pulling something into? I mean, I'm gonna assume, because I've seen videos of it pulling some pretty crazy stuff, that it's not that much of a hit on its total distance, right?
Yeah, well, like, see, for me, it doesn't matter because I don't pull anything over 50 miles. I'm working in town. The only time that really makes any difference is like if you're trying to pull a huge trailer across the United States or something, you know?
Yeah.
Like something that like less than 1/10 of people do, which doesn't matter anyway. And then they actually have another battery that you can put in the back and bolt it down, and it gives you like another 150-mile range. So instead of 300, you get 500. So then if you're pulling something super heavy, and then also depends too how you drive. If you're trying to go 100 mile an hour pulling 10,000 pounds, of course, it's just like a gas vehicle. You're going to drain your tank, but and it depends on what kind of aerodynamics, what kind of trailer, you know, if it pulls efficiently. Like if you're pulling like an Airstream or something super efficient that's not super heavy, it's going to still affect it, but it's not going to affect it as much as me pulling like a dump trailer with concrete in it, you know. And also too, it's like it's not really, it depends on too how fast you go over 55, because just like a gas car, over every 5 mile an hour over 55, it's like 7% decrease in you know, like mileage. So if you're gonna pull super heavy weight, don't go too much, don't go like 90, do like maybe 65 or something, and then it won't reduce your range as much. But yeah, anytime you're pulling something, it's going to greatly reduce your range, but it's not really going to be a unless you're pulling like all day long. Yeah. That's all you do, is, which is like nobody even does that.
Nobody would get a Cybertruck for that.
But yeah, I mean, I pulled like 15,000 pounds with this the other day. It was like it wasn't even, couldn't feel it.
What was it, like a stump grinder and a couple other things?
It was a equipment trailer with mini skid and a bunch of material like logs and brush and debris.
That was like clearing everything out.
Yeah, we were doing a job and we trimmed a big live oak, and it was like nothing. It pulled better than my F-250. So, but yeah, it's pretty cool.
No, I think it looks cool. I know a lot of people don't like the look of the Cybertruck, but I think the Cybertruck just looks cool.
Yeah, it's definitely, it grows on you. Like when you first see it, you probably don't like it, but actually see it in person, I think it's better than just seeing it in pictures or on TV. When you actually get it and drive it and you see all the functionality of it, it's like, this is like actually pretty cool.
Yeah. It's also funny seeing all the little like instructions that it'll show.
Yeah, like what it looks like.
Yeah. Do they have like cameras on the outside that see that, or how does they do that?
There's 8 cameras, and they see everything. Like say, let's see. See, there's the front, and there's the back, and it's like 4K, so like and it's recording all the time too. So if there's any incident or something happens, you can, because I put
your own dash cam.
Yeah, a dash cam, but all the way around, and then I put a 2 terabyte hard drive in the glove box, so basically I can record like a couple months of footage. And then if you beep the horn or something hits the truck, it actually locks that space a couple minutes each way. So like if you get pulled over or someone hits you or something happens, you just beep the horn, it locks that space. So like you can go back to it, say if you have to go to court and say, well, here's a documented, you know, video of the whole incident from start to finish to afterwards. Nobody can argue with that. You know, like if a cop pulls you over and he doesn't have legitimate, say they're not so truthful about what happened, you let them tell their story, and then you say, okay, here's the video of what actually happened, boom, you got them. You know, and then you have your phone, you know, recording live too. It's like, I think everybody should record live while they're getting pulled over. Or, you know, if they don't have a Tesla, at least have a dash cam that's running. That way, you know, no matter what happens, the truth will be told.
Yeah.
So what do you think?
It's definitely a cool truck. I haven't seen. I like the look of them, and based on some of the stuff we talked about, I think it's really nice. It's a really nice vehicle. I mean, I don't understand. A lot of people, some people hate them, but it's.
You're always going to have haters, or you know, people that can't afford them, or people that just don't, you know, don't hate Elon Musk.
Yeah.
Just hit that button right there, and then we'll pop the door over there.
Yeah.
So what do you think? You thumbs up in Cybertruck? All right. We'll see you on the next one.